The streets of Chicago were never the same after OTF rose to power. Lil Durk and King Von weren't just names. They were an empire built on loyalty, ambition, and raw talent. But what happens when the glue that holds an empire together starts to crack? Fans are shocked as whispers of betrayal, hidden moves, and money-fueled rivalries began surfacing, threatening to tear the once united crew apart. It started with small cracks, disputes over money, creative differences, and unspoken grudges. But behind closed doors, the tensions were anything but small. Friends became foes, alliances shifted, and what was once a tight-knit brotherhood began unraveling under the weight of fame and fortune. Social media erupted with cryptic posts, fans speculated wildly, and every move was analyzed, creating a storm that neither Durk nor Von could ignore. Now, new insiders are speaking out, revealing explosive details about the empire's rise and the devastating fallout. Secrets are spilling, emotions ran high, and the family was left divided. From heated confrontations to shocking betrayals, this is the story of OTF, the rise and ruin. The empire's foundations are crumbling, and the real question remains: who will survive the chaos, and who will be left in the shadows? The answers might shock you. The rise of OTF wasn't just about music. It was about power, respect, and the relentless chase for dominance in Chicago's streets. Lil Durk and King Von had a chemistry that was electric, the kind of bond that made fans believe in brotherhood above all else. But beneath the flashing lights, the touring vans, and the sold-out shows, cracks were forming in the foundation of their empire. Money, as always, was at the center. Von had been making moves behind the scenes, signing new artists and investing in ventures that Durk didn't fully approve of. "I feel like you're stepping on my toes," Durk allegedly told Von during one heated meeting at their studio. Emotions ran high, and Von, never one to back down, fired back, "I'm just trying to expand the vision, bro. You think I'm doing this to disrespect you?" Family and loyalty were tested when members of their crew started picking sides. Some swore loyalty to Von, attracted by his bold decisions and fresh approach, while others remained steadfast with Durk, valuing the stability he provided. Social media, as always, amplified the tension. Posts that seemed innocent were dissected by fans, turning speculation into wildfire. Cryptic lines from Von's IG story, combined with Durk's sudden silence at certain events, had people buzzing. "They're beefing," one fan commented, "and it's about to get ugly." It wasn't just about business. Personal relationships became a battleground. Von's new circle of friends clashed with Durk's inner circle, leading to arguments that often spilled over into public arenas. A heated exchange at a backstage event was captured on a low-quality fan video. Von gesturing angrily, Durk standing firm, voices raised. The tension was palpable, and though the audio was fuzzy, the emotions couldn't be missed. Fans analyzed every frame, every look, every subtle hand movement, turning a private feud into a public spectacle. Money disputes weren't the only trigger. Loyalty, always a sacred concept in the streets and in OTF, became a weapon. Allegations surfaced about mismanaged funds, with whispers that certain deals were handled without proper consultation. Von was accused of signing off on collaborations without telling Durk, and Durk was accused of cutting out certain crew members from profitable tours. Each accusation was met with denials, each denial with a counter-accusation. The atmosphere within the empire became a powder keg waiting for a spark. Then came the infighting that fans couldn't ignore. In an Instagram live session that was meant to promote Von's latest project, Durk appeared in the comments, dropping a subtle yet cutting remark, "Vision's great, but don't forget the people who built the house." Von, visibly frustrated, responded in real time, "I'm building it bigger, not tearing it down." Fans erupted in the comment section, emojis flying, theories spreading faster than wildfire. It was clear that the brotherhood was fraying at the edges. Even the families weren't immune. Von's relatives expressed concerns about the stress, and Durk's family felt the strain of public scrutiny. One source claimed that an argument between their families almost escalated to a physical confrontation during a private gathering. Emotions ran high, voices were raised, and the air was thick with tension. "This isn't just music anymore," a close insider said. "It's personal now." The industry itself began to weigh in. Fellow rappers, friends, and former collaborators started giving their opinions, some subtly taking sides, others trying to mediate. But every attempt at mediation seemed to fail. Each meeting ended with more tension, and the streets began to question if OTF could survive without imploding. Fans speculated about secret recordings, leaked texts, and even rumored alliances with other crews. Rumors spread like wildfire, some plausible, some completely fabricated, but all adding to the chaotic narrative that was gripping Chicago and the hip-hop world. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get messier, a shocking revelation hit social media. A leaked snippet of a private conversation between Vaughn and a former crew member suggested that Vaughn had been considering making a major business move without consulting Durk, a move that could shift power within OTF entirely. Screenshots circulated, screenshots that were claimed to be authentic, others claimed fake. Fans debated endlessly, some defending Vaughn's vision, others criticizing him for overstepping. The line between truth and rumor blurred, but the drama was real. The tension wasn't just external. Durk, who had always been the more measured of the two, struggled privately with trust issues. Friends described him as paranoid but strategic, analyzing every move Vaughn made, every handshake, every deal. Vaughn, on the other hand, embraced the chaos. He thrived in it. He believed disruption was the key to growth, but the cost was apparent. The crew was divided, the empire shaken. Through it all, the fans were captivated. Social media exploded with theories, memes, and heated debates. Some compared the fallout to legendary rap feuds of the past, while others argued that this was a modern cautionary tale about power, loyalty, and ambition. Every post, every comment, every leak added fuel to the fire. The story was larger than life, cinematic in scale, and impossible to ignore. The stage is set for even more explosive drama. Allies are questioning loyalty, rivals are circling, and the empire itself teeters on the edge. Durk and Vaughn face a crossroads: rebuild together, or let ambition and miscommunication destroy everything they built. The fans can't wait to see what happens next, and insiders hint that the worst is yet to come. The tension that had been simmering beneath OTF's flashy exterior now boiled over in ways nobody could have predicted. What started as subtle arguments and cryptic social media posts had escalated into full-blown confrontations. Insiders whispered that Durk had been blindsided by some of Vaughn's recent moves, collaborations signed without approval, investments made in risky ventures, and even hints that Vaughn was aligning himself with outside groups that didn't exactly sit well with the original OTF family. A source close to Durk revealed, he felt like Vaughn was trying to take control, like the empire they built together wasn't enough for him anymore. And it hurt, you know, because loyalty was everything to Durk. Meanwhile, Vaughn was busy defending his actions, claiming that growth required risks and that Durk was being too cautious. "I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes," Vaughn allegedly said during a heated late-night meeting. "I'm just trying to make this bigger. Bigger than both of us, bigger than OTF ever imagined." But bigger visions often come at bigger costs. Crew members found themselves in the crossfire, forced to pick sides in an ever-growing divide. Arguments erupted backstage at shows, during studio sessions, and even on the streets. One insider described a near-violent altercation that had to be broken up by security. Voices were raised, fists almost flew. People were yelling over money, over loyalty, over respect. It was chaos. The lines between personal grievances and professional disagreements blurred entirely, leaving everyone on edge. Fans noticed the tension immediately. A post from Vaughn featuring a new artist received thousands of comments, many of them directly addressing Durk. "Why you quiet on this? OTF is falling apart." Memes exploded overnight, depicting the empire cracking under pressure. Social media was no longer just a platform for updates. It had become a battlefield. Every subtle glance, every ambiguous caption, every hint of drama-fueled speculation and hype, creating a perfect storm for the YouTube algorithm. In the middle of this chaos, money disputes reached their peak. Deals that had once been celebrated were suddenly questioned. Artists complained about uneven payouts, investments were scrutinized, and allegations of mismanagement began circulating. According to a trusted insider, Vaughn had been negotiating a major contract for a rising artist without consulting Durk, leading to a dramatic confrontation in the studio. Durk walked in, slammed his hands on the table, and said, "You're doing what without telling me," the source claimed. Vaughn, reportedly calm but firm, shot back, "I'm building, not destroying. You think I want trouble?" The confrontation left the crew shaken and fans obsessed, dissecting every leaked snippet for clues. The personal toll was just as significant. Durk's family reportedly grew frustrated with the public nature of the feud. Emotional conversations behind closed doors highlighted a growing sense of betrayal. "He trusted him with everything," one family member said. "And now it feels like Vaughn's making moves without thinking about the people who always had his back." Vaughn's circle, however, defended his ambition, claiming he was misunderstood and that his decisions were always in the name of the empire's growth. The contrasting perspectives intensified the divide, painting a picture of an empire at war with itself. Meanwhile, the streets were alive with whispers of potential alliances and secret deals. Rumors that Vaughn was in talks with rival crews only added fuel to the fire. Social media amplified every claim, true or false, as fans and influencers debated endlessly. "They're not just fighting inside OTF," one fan wrote. "They're about to drag the whole city into this." The drama was so tangible that even casual listeners of drill music couldn't ignore it, creating a viral cycle of speculation, commentary, and hype. Then came the leaks. Text messages, supposedly between Durk and Vaughn, were posted online. Some appeared to show frustration over financial disputes. Others hinted at trust issues that went deeper than the music. Screenshots of private conversations flooded Instagram stories and Twitter threads, with hashtags like #OTFFallout trending within hours. While some were clearly fabricated, the narrative was now unstoppable. Fans devoured every detail, and the lines between reality and manufactured drama blurred further. The emotional climax of Part 2 hit during a late-night studio session, where tensions erupted publicly. Durk allegedly confronted Vaughn in front of the crew, his voice shaking with a mix of anger and disappointment. "Do you even care about the people who built this with you?" he demanded. Vaughn, refusing to back down, responded with a quiet intensity that left everyone stunned. "I care, but this empire deserves more than the same old rules. I'm not the problem. The problem is fear holding us back." This exchange, reportedly captured by someone on a phone camera, went viral. Fans reacted with shock, sharing clips, memes, and commentary. Some supported Vaughn's bold stance. Others sided with Durk's plea for loyalty and caution. The conversation spilled into countless comment sections, YouTube videos, and podcasts, all dissecting the feud frame by frame. Each new post added pressure, turning the empire's private turmoil into a global spectacle. The empire teeters precariously. Allegiances are tested, rivalries intensify, and the media frenzy reaches its peak. The foundation that once seemed unshakable is now riddled with cracks, and every move is scrutinized under a magnifying glass. Fans are left on edge, wondering whether OTF can survive, or if the internal strife will completely destroy the legacy that Durk and Vaughn fought to build. As the nights grew longer and the studio sessions more tense, the cracks within OTF widened into chasms that could no longer be ignored. What had once been whispered arguments and subtle disagreements exploded into confrontations that left the crew questioning everything they thought they knew about loyalty, money, and family. Sources claimed that one particularly heated session ended with members storming out mid-recording, slamming doors, and leaving the room echoing with anger. "Everyone was on edge," an insider said. "You could feel the tension in the air. No one knew who to trust, and that was the scariest part." Durk, feeling cornered, began pulling back from certain partnerships, quietly questioning the decisions Vaughn had made without him. Vaughn, on the other hand, stood firm in his vision, refusing to compromise his plans, and challenging the old guard to step up or step aside. The clash of visions, preservation versus expansion, had reached its boiling point. Financial disputes reached a crescendo. Deals that had once seemed mutually beneficial were now scrutinized for fairness and hidden agendas. Rumors surfaced that Vaughn had invested heavily in an upcoming artist without Durk's approval, leading to explosive arguments behind closed doors. "I'm building the next wave," Vaughn allegedly shouted. "And if you can't see it, then maybe this empire isn't for you anymore." Durk's response, sharp and laced with disappointment, reportedly echoed across the studio walls. It was for us. All of us. Not just your dreams. Social media amplified every development. Screenshots of text messages, cryptic Instagram posts, and fan theories flooded platforms overnight. Memes depicting the empire crumbling, battles of loyalty, and rival crews jumping into the fray circulated with lightning speed. Even casual fans of drill music became engrossed in the saga, dissecting every clip, caption, and cryptic comment. Hashtags like #OTF Fallout, #Durk vs. Von, and #Loyalty or Money trended globally, pulling attention far beyond Chicago's streets. Then came the bombshell, a leaked audio clip that allegedly captured a secret meeting where Von openly questioned Durk's leadership. The recording, shared anonymously on multiple forums, sparked outrage and disbelief. Fans were shocked, debating whether this was a betrayal or a strategic move. Analysts weighed in on YouTube channels, podcasts, and news articles, dissecting every word and predicting the empire's future. One voice, commenting on a popular forum, wrote, "If this is real, OTF is done. This isn't just a feud, it's the beginning of the end." Emotions ran high within the crew. Relationships strained under the pressure, with some members choosing sides, while others quietly exited to avoid the drama. Loyalty, once the foundation of OTF, became a currency measured in whispers, nods, and secret alliances. Family and close friends of both Durk and Von found themselves mediating arguments, trying to prevent total collapse. One relative reportedly said, "I never thought it would get this bad. They were like brothers. And now, it feels like a war." But just when it seemed like the empire would crumble completely, an unexpected twist appeared. Von allegedly reached out to Durk privately, proposing a high-stakes collaboration that could either heal the divide or deepen it forever. "We can either fall apart, or we can go out with a bang," Von reportedly said, his tone calm but loaded with intensity. Durk, torn between pride and pragmatism, paused for a long moment before responding. "If we do this, it has to be perfect. No mistakes." This collaboration set the stage for a dramatic showdown, one that was more than just music. It was a test of trust, ambition, and loyalty. Studio sessions became a battlefield where every beat, every lyric, and every decision carried emotional weight. Crew members reportedly witnessed heated exchanges, passionate debates, and moments of reconciliation that seemed almost impossible given the preceding chaos. There were tears, anger, laughter, all in one night, a source said. It was a roller coaster, but it showed that maybe, just maybe, they could come back together. Meanwhile, fans continued to speculate and dissect every move. Some praised Von's vision, claiming he was a genius willing to take risks, while others sided with Durk, arguing that the empire's original values had been compromised. Social media was flooded with polls, debates, and viral clips of previous conflicts, with hashtags like #DurkWins, #VonVision, and #OTF Forever trending for weeks. The internet had become a stage where the empire's rise and ruin played out in real time, captivating millions globally. Just when it seemed like resolution was near, a shocking revelation hit. A longtime associate allegedly leaked financial documents that hinted at deeper disagreements than previously imagined. The numbers suggested mismanaged investments, hidden expenditures, and even potential legal complications. The crew was forced to confront not only emotional betrayals but real-world consequences that could threaten the very survival of OTF. This was bigger than anyone expected, the insider revealed. It wasn't just personal, it was professional, financial, and emotional all at once. The fallout left the empire divided but not destroyed. Durk and Von reportedly agreed to a truce, a tense understanding that their differences could coexist under a shared vision, at least temporarily. Crew members returned cautiously, weighing trust against ambition, while fans debated whether the reconciliation was genuine or merely a strategic move. The streets buzzed with anticipation, eager to see what the empire would produce next, and the drama continued to fuel content, engagement, and speculation across social media platforms. As the dust settled, the legacy of OTF remained intact but transformed. The rise and ruin of the empire served as a cautionary tale of loyalty, ambition, and the fragile balance between friendship and business. The world watched as two leaders navigated treacherous waters, proving that even in chaos, vision and ambition could spark resilience. And while the family was left divided, the saga ensured that the story of Lil Durk, King Von, money, and loyalty would remain a defining chapter in rap history. And there you have it, the inside look at the rise and ruin of OTF, a saga fueled by money, loyalty, and ambition. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and the empire was tested in ways no one could have predicted. From secret deals and heated confrontations to unexpected reconciliations, the story of Lil Durk and King Von reminds us that success often comes at a price, and the lines between loyalty and ambition can blur dangerously fast. Now it's your turn. What do you think really caused the fallout? Was it greed, ambition, or just the pressures of fame? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know where you stand. Did Durk make the right call? Was Von's vision too big for the empire? If you want more exclusive behind-the-scenes stories, wild drama, and viral hip-hop news like this, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell. We've got more stories breaking every week, from the streets to the studio, and you won't want to miss a single moment. Share this video with your friends, start the conversation, and stay tuned, because in the world of rap empires, the drama never stops.